Okay, welcome to Panic Rehab. This is our new time slot morning show at 8 a.m. until we get another change. So it may change back here later on where Tyler's getting adjusted to his new schedule, and while he's doing that, James and I we overran the boss and decided to have our little show at 8 a.m. instead of at 5 a.m. A little bit better, huh?
What's This is like still in the car, but neither one of us know how to drive.
Exactly. We don't have a clue. I'm pushing the pedals, and James is up in the seat driving the steering wheel. So there you go. That's
Yeah,
kind of what we're doing.
it should be me pushing the pedals because that's even me on top. I still wouldn't be high enough to be able to stay with the steering wheel.
It's true.
So I'll
That's
be the
true.
little stubby guy down there pushing on the pedals.
That's yeah. That's true.
And I can hear T-Skiller going, slow down, slow down, slow down. What'd you say? Speed up,
Ah, I know.
brake,
I got
brake, brake, brake. That's the pedal on the right, right?
right. Well, guess guess what? I've lost the rundown for today.
Oh no.
I lost the rundown. The rundown on my email is gone. Oh, maybe
Even
I can.
in even in your deleted files.
Yeah, maybe I can see on sent items here. Maybe I can do sent items. All
Yeah,
right.
because see, he sent them, but he didn't actually send them.
Right. Okay, I got them back on sent emails. I got that far. Okay, well today is April 7th, 2026. It's still the week of Easter. But guess what today is, James? This is great. It's National Beer Day. National
Oh,
Beer Day.
I wish I'd have known.
That's got to be better than Christmas, right?
I could have grabbed me one that we could be drinking right now.
Yeah, that's right. In 1933, the Cullen-Harrison Act legalized the sale of low alcohol beer after Prohibition. So that's great. So I'm sure everybody had a cold one in 1933.
As long as
Also,
it's 99 proof, we're good.
yeah, it's like I think it was like even lower. I think it was like
Yeah.
3.2% or something like
You,
that. I know.
you,
I remember.
what? Remember when you were allowed to drink under the age of 21? It was that 3-2 beer.
Yeah, three
That's what
two
they called
beer.
it. Yep, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
and then the only beer we could afford was Natural Light, and I think it was even lower. I mean, it was just basically it was safer to drink than tap water in the mountains of North Carolina. So we drank Natural Light. How about
Natty
that?
Light, yeah, and we called it Natty Light, and then we had the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon, PBR baby, PBR. That's what you called it.
Yep.
We used to drive to Georgia just to get a higher alcohol content, so they were allowed to like go to four
My
point
my
four
uh,
four.
my uncle ran down in Kentucky, southern part of Kentucky. He ran the one of the largest bootlegging outfits there was, and he'd set up down in the hollers of these mountains. He set up little mobile homes, little single wide mobile homes,
Yeah.
and he let the people that was distributing the alcohol for him live in the mobile home for free.
Uh huh.
But the deal is they had to sell his alcohol, and then he got his portion, and they got a little bit more on top of it, and it was doing good till they got in this big old gun battle.
Oh no.
Yeah, one another family with this ain't this you can't make this up because this is true. So another
This
family wants to take over the territory, right?
correct.
So they're sending people to these mobile homes, muscling the people living there that sells it. That would either take the alcohol and like tie them up or whatever, or beat the crap out of them until they got so scared they moved out.
Yeah.
And so my uncle staged a little deal where they were hiding out because it is down in the holler, the woods everywhere.
Sure.
So when they show up to do this mobile home, the people that were going to try to take it from him ended up at the front door of the mobile home. So they started yelling at each other and firing guns. It got so bad that when the police went and checked out the crime scene, the trailer had so many holes in it you almost could push it over by
Oh
hand.
man.
But my uncle's wife at the time got shot and killed in the gun battle.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, they take that stuff seriously. Now, I was a Floridian went to school up in the Western Carolina mountains, and you could throw a rock and hit Georgia. You could throw another rock north and hit Tennessee. So I mean, I was right there in the corner of
Yeah.
the tri-state area. And so I mean, we would fly around up there. We would take off in a little plane out of Cullowhee, and then go to Franklin, Tennessee, or Franklin, Tennessee, to pick up a bigger plane and fly around. We gave people, well, we flew for a distributor up there, a beer distributor. Thank you very much, James. And then a distributor, and then we would fly their customers around to see the fall foliage. It was kind of a package deal, right? But what's cooler in college? Flying into another college and having the sorority come out to the plane to pick up a champagne fountain and cases of mislabeled champagne that the distributor was giving to the sorority, and you're two college kids sitting there with your cowboy pant, with jeans on and cowboy boots, looking at them, and get invited to the sorority party that you were just there, right? not not bad, not a bad gig when you're in college, right? Not many. I didn't know of many college kids that were flying around in airplanes. I can tell you that. So anyway, um, well, anyway, that we don't need to talk any more about that at all. But this is National Beer Day. Also, it's International Beaver Day, and I'm going to leave it at that because International Beaver Day is just something that everybody celebrates in the whole world,
Oh
right? So there you
my!
go. That's got to be great. All right,
That is
so
so inspirational this early in the morning.
it was inspirational, wasn't it? All right, so we bring this show is a morning show. We don't really talk politics that much, and there's a lot going on. Hey, that we got the spacecraft safely circumventing the moon. We got the rescue of two down airmen. The second one was so heroic, where they used 155 airplanes. I mean, we could talk all day about that. We could also talk about Mom Danny socializing New York City, and we could talk about that all day long. But we're going to talk about alligators in the sewer. So they're finding more and more alligators in the sewer in New York City. So I think Mom Danny's got bigger issues to talk about than socializing
Did
the biggest condominiums in New York. So I think.
didn't I just we had this story and not this one, but didn't I tell you all about the gators found in New York's sewer drains?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
And what people don't understand is they'll survive. It's hot, it's steamy down
a
underground
lot of
in New York
rats.
City. They got plenty of food sources. They can eat rats all day long. They don't care. They like storm drains. We had in Orlando, we have cooling ponds. We had the power plant was right in the middle of the city, and then it had cooling ponds that were used. Sinkhole lakes around Orlando were cooling ponds, so they had big drain pipes that went from the power station out to these lakes. So they were always warm. You always swam in the lakes because it was warm in the wintertime, and you could go water skiing and stuff. But what we found was we never could catch this 14-foot alligator. There was a 14-foot alligator that was going between the lakes, and it was going by the cooling pond culverts. Oh, am I boring you? No,
Yep.
you get your eyes closed. So we never could catch this guy. This thing was huge, right? It was as big as a Beetle, like a Volkswagen Beetle. So but he was going between all the drainage pipes all through Orlando anyway. So that's something. But hey, don't let your exotic animals go when you don't want them anymore. That's how we got the iguanas in Florida. That's how you get the lion's fish in South Florida. We have to kill
Right.
those because they eat everything.
Including Bambi that you met at the club.
Hmm.
Don't release her into the sewage.
No,
Just saying.
I'm
I
just saying.
I was my own partake on exotic animal.
Yeah, I knew a guy in Arkansas who was an exotic animal trapper. Now, he got pulled over, and his car was full of these crazy creatures that he just captured. And he told the cop, he says, "I'm in a hurry to get rid of these things, okay? So if you wanna give me a ticket." Anyway, that was an exotic trapper. God,
What up, Beach
unbelievable.
Boy?
Yeah, good morning. Okay, so number 2. Now this one is a real story, okay? It was by Emma Glassman Hughes, and the doctor that's cited in the study is Dr. Lauren Mucci, Mucci, professor of epinology. Basically, what she was saying was that skin cancer is very dangerous, but also prostate cancer. So they come up with humorous campaigns that they post out, and their last campaign was it's it's okay to masturbate more to lower your risk of cancer, and it's urged in this new health campaign, and it's a nonprofit organization focused on cancer preventions and early detection. And so they're basically advertising that you can masturbate 21 times in a month to be exact. She's saying that it helps prevent prostate cancer, uh, and and it had a 19 to 22% lower risk of prostate cancer for those who came less every month. So 21 is the magic number. 21. There you go.
Can't you see somebody
Yeah, I would be
getting
dead.
caught doing that in a movie theater? And what are you doing? Cancer treatments.
Oh, the only guy I know that got caught doing that in a movie theater was in Sarasota, and I got a picture of him right
He's the
here.
most famous one.
Yeah, he kind of ruined his whole Hollywood kid show, right? Yeah,
You
well,
know, Dottie.
that and his whole bicycle deal there. So,
Yep.
well, he
His mode of transportation.
okay. No, look, we can't make fun of it. Come on, hey, okay.
We can because
He was just trying to.
Pee Wee lived up to the name of being Pee Wee
Pee Pee
because
Wee was
he did cancer treatments.
he was trying to prevent prostate cancer. In fact,
Right.
that's what he should have used as his defense and brought this doctor in as an expert witness.
Well, that doctor probably wasn't even, but maybe a child when that happened if they are alive at all.
Yeah, yeah,
Only us old fogies remember that because that happened back in the 90s, I think.
yeah. Good old Pee Wee, good old Pee Wee.
He
Now I think I have a picture of a guy who probably maintains that 21% there, and that's okay.
he
Well,
had somebody do it for him.
yeah, there you go. All right, what's our next weird story? Oh, woman lucky to be alive after her unplugged electric toothbrush explodes. James, look at this. Can you
Yeah.
imagine you got an electric toothbrush, um, and that's what you find in the morning in your bathroom. Can you imagine that?
Well, with a little piece of tinfoil, that would be a good way to get somebody back who made you mad. They'd go be using that and it'd be right in front of their face when it blows up because you turn it on and whoosh.
She said Charlotte Bowers, 33, had no issues with her electric toothbrush that was only 8 months old before it spontaneously combusted while she was asleep this February. The explosion caused the toothbrush to set fire, but thankfully the steel frame of the bathroom mirror prevented the flames and spreading the flames far. Charlotte from Manchester, England. Well, Manchester. It has to be in the United States because I don't think people in England really take they don't go for electric toothbrushes or any kind of tooth preventive maintenance over there too much.
Oh, now that may have been true 30 years ago, but they see all the nice pearly whites of the Americans on TV, and they say,
Well, she's saying,
I want that.
well, if that toothbrush company was smart, they'd go ahead and pay for her inconvenience, give her a new toothbrush, and the cost to fix it because the cost of fixing it was only $267. So not bad. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. In South Florida, that would have been about $1 million claim right there. So there you go. Not too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, for the price of the whole claim, it's not too bad at all.
Not too bad at all. I would say pay that post haste. Okay, our last story of the day, because we're on this new schedule, is a humanoid robot detained by cops after terrorizing an elderly woman on the streets. I'm not kidding. This is in China. China. This is a robot that that trapped a woman on the sidewalk and would not let her pass. And so I don't know, some of the municipalities have these robots and they keep people from passing on a sidewalk or on a street or hold back pedestrians from crossing the street when the light's green. I mean, they have all kind of things over there in China at some of these new modern cities. Well, this one freaked out. She started yelling at the robot. The robot was beeping and marching around a little bit and ends up getting arrested by the police. The humanoid robot is detained by the police. And let's see, the surreal incident occurred last week in the city of Macau, with the startled 70-year-old ended up hospitalized following her encounter with a 4-foot 4-inch bot. Well, hey James, you and I both know we don't mess with any chick that's 4 feet 4 inches tall. Man, they can whip our ass. Those guys,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
have superhuman strength.
They have superhuman strength. I mean, why would you need a robot if you got a chick running around at 4 feet 4 inches, right? The startled senior was seen raging at the robot on the street of Macau, China last week after it invaded her personal space. So sorry for your inconvenience, ma'am, and we'll go ahead and lock up that robot. So, it has its good points and bad points. I would think that a robot would be fantastic to help you with chores around the house, keeping keeping your medicine straight, reminding you to take your medicine, especially elderly people. And then if you fall down, a lot of these senior centers, they will not send personnel up to help you off the ground if you fall down. They call 911 and they make the fire department come and pick you up off the ground. Have you ever heard of such a thing? They won't
No.
touch you. Yeah, the senior centers will not touch you. You have to call the 911 or they'll call
Really?
911 for you. Hmm.
We
They
don't have that many. Now, we have a senior center, like a workout place,
mhm.
like where they got that, what is that called? Skeet ball or something like that.
Pickleball.
Pickleball, that's it.
Pickle.
They got an indoor pickleball thing, and they got like a billiard room where it's got a
Hmm.
bunch of pool tables, and they got a card playing room, and then they got a workout center with a pool.
Right.
So, but I know somebody like this gentleman only had one leg,
Hmm.
and something happened. He just got outside the building, and he something happened, and he was already on the ground when I walked out of the building. But yeah, they were swarming him. They were helping him out. He busted his knee open, so they were actually working on his knee, the ladies from inside. So
Yeah, no, my parents have been in a senior center condominium.
okay,
So they have organized food, which you go down to their beautiful dining room, and then they have a quick service if you just want a hamburger or an egg sandwich or something like that. They have like a cafe coffee shop type of thing to eat at. So you come down from your condo, which could be a 1-room condo, it could be a 2-room condo, a 3-room. They have a 3-bedroom or a 3-room, bed, with 2 bathrooms and a kitchen, a small kitchen. They don't cook anymore, thank God. So you don't have to worry about that. But they're pretty affluent, so they can afford it. But if they fall down in their condo, they don't help them. You have to call 911. Now you go down to the medical center, and if you're in the medical center, if you have Alzheimer's or if you're recovering from surgery, that which they have to do from time to time, they both have pacemakers. So after their operation, they were in the medical center for a week, and they have rehab and all kind of stuff down there for them. Then of course they'll help you if you fall on the ground or whatever that you need, go to the bathroom, whatever. But
yeah, exactly.
yeah, so you just have to understand, don't go in these senior centers where you buy a little room, a condo or a little single room and expect that they're going to take care of you like a hospital room. That's not how it
You
works.
know,
So it has
still,
different levels.
I actually I looked into that um,
Sure.
because my house is built in 1892 and
Right.
everything's up and down narrow, steep steps.
Hmm.
So I looked into it. They're building a set over here, not too far from where I live,
Hmm.
uh, and believe it or not, a one bedroom. This it's not on the first floor. It's like on the second or third floor.
Right.
Um, is 645 a month.
Not bad.
That's great.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Do it.
believe it. Yeah, because well, that's what I was thinking about doing. Was looking to this because my house, but I'm not going to get rid of the house because there's four of us that live here.
Yeah.
So, but this is a senior citizen only residential.
Now, they had senior residents down in Florida, a lot of them. A lot of your mobile home parks are 55 and over. They had some neighborhoods that are, very small, modest homes, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, little patio, 1 car garage type little setups with a golf course maybe or some canals. And they had shuffleboards in the middle of them or pickleball courts now, no basketball courts or anything like that, but just senior. And then they have a bingo hall and a senior center where you can, where you meet with people of like-minded, like not like aged. Okay. And those were called senior community centers, 55 and over. Very popular, very popular. But now in 2008, after the downturn of real estate and the expense of real estate in Florida, all of a sudden those when grandma passes away, um, the units aren't sold to another senior to move in. They're moved in there with their kids, with their adult kids, and all of a sudden they have kids. So all of a sudden you got kids running around, and before you know it, your grandkids are living there with you, and it's all gotten blown out of proportion. Now it's all just about the monthly fees for maintenance, the facilities, and they kind of did away with that 55 mandate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a real shame because I'm up there and I was looking forward to that. So I'm making my home my own senior center. All right. Now the plus side about living in those senior centers and those communities is that you can get a nurse that's split between 4 or 5 houses. They'll go by and visit house one, house two, house three, house four. And all of a sudden, you're not spending a ton of money for a nurse, and a nurse still comes by once or twice a day to check on you. Okay.
Well, I'm supposed to have a nurse's aide 3 times a week.
Hmm.
But what a nurse's aide does for you is it's not really fair to have them come in here and have to, because like if we eat something and gotta use dishes and everything, because that's what they usually do. They come in and help you keep your house clean and do the things that like you can't do hardly anymore. And but you're asking them to clean up after other people, and I just couldn't. I'm not doing that.
No.
So
No, this is like we have a nurse that comes in for my mom and dad twice a day, but she also visits like 10 people in the building. So the cost of it is very affordable. Okay, very affordable. But my dad has a little bit of Alzheimer's and he has real bad diabetes. And if we don't have somebody checking his blood all the time, then because he's a cookie monster, we call him the cookie monster. And so he will squirrel away, can't. Yeah,
cookie.
he will squirrel away candy and cookies and hide it. I mean, I hate to check his mattress, but I hate to see what's under this mattress with anything that he can get his hands on because it's so funny. Like, so if you can imagine me, but at 94, okay, just me, just picture me 94, and that's my dad. He's still pretty yeah, funny. You know what I mean? Tries to be funny,
Well,
animated.
I've been working on like my impersonation of like Trump and everybody. Some people I can do fairly easy. Some people I just can't get it. I don't know what it is.
Pee-wee, yeah.
But Daddy,
You gotta
no,
go
that can't.
lower.
But Daddy, this is my bike. My bike can ride too.
Oh god. I feel so sorry. Today's Tuesday. the astronauts went around the moon. They did a fantastic job. They've flown the longest and the furthest of any humans away from Earth. So they've set all kind of records. But did you know that one of the astronauts' spouses passed away during training? And these four people are really tight. All the other three members came and supported the person after that event, and they are really tight. That's a tight group right there, and they're doing a fantastic job. Who cares that the toilet doesn't work on the spacecraft? They're going to the bathroom in a bag. They were saying. So I mean, they're a very tight group, and I'm sure they're all looking forward.
I can see that. Well, we got a toilet dilemma. Hey, we got NASA's finest and brightest working on the problem right now. We'll get back with you.
It's
So
a
what you
vacuum.
do is you take a
It's a
you
vacuum.
take
It's
a
a
plastic bag and some duct tape and duct tape it on like a diaper.
it's a it's it's a it's a it's a it's it's a vacuum. All right. So it's
Yeah.
a system of vacuum. Because you don't want anything floating around that cabin.
I can see them injecting it out of the capsule, and then they'll do another rotation of the moon, and then all of a sudden splat on the windshield. Oh, come on, man.
Oh man. Who had a taco? Okay, you weren't supposed to have a burrito. We made an agreement. No burritos on this trip. No burritos.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they're really doing good. They're enjoying the views. For all these flat earthers that think the earth is flat, well, you're a moron. So sorry, don't mean to say that to you, but
No, I can't. You're a moron.
you're a moron.
You're a fucking moron.
And then the people that say that we never went to the moon, yeah, we went to the moon, and we even took some vehicles on the moon so we could kick up some moon dust. That's America. Now that's America. Like, hey, we want to take a
America.
vehicle on the moon, right?
That's right. Rotate some rear tires. Get that shit kicking up. Rooster tailing.
That's right.
Nobody said when you rooster tail something on the moon that it covers everything.
They, well, and the moon landing when the guy landed on the moon, um, he was almost out of fuel. I mean, he was within milliseconds from crashing on the moon. So he had nerves of steel. He had crashed the simulator. They
Yeah.
had a real rocket simulator that he was flying around in, and he would crash that thing, and he'd dust himself off and go do it again. And thank God he practiced that because, um, can you imagine having to land that? All right, James, we'll wake up. Time to
I'm
get up.
awake.
You're sitting there with your eyes out. What's wrong? Am I boring you?
Okay, if my eyes are closed, is my head like this?
No.
Then I'm not asleep. I'm just
Okay.
closing my eyes. I'm trying to focus my eyes and they're not working, so I'm trying to close them when I'm not having to look at something.
I got you.
But my head is steady. I'm hearing
Okay.
everything you say. You don't have to holler into my earbud. James, hey, wake up. Hey. Now
What?
if I'm like this,
So what? It's 8:41. So that means that Iran has 11 hours and 19 minutes to make to open
okay,
up the Straits of Hormuz.
on this story right here, Spud,
11 hours,
I,
19 minutes.
I've brought this question up to a couple people in some of my podcasts. What, in your opinion, do you think he's going to do?
He's going to blow up some bridges and blow up some power plants.
Yeah, remember, and I was saying, I believe it was on this show, we're talking about if you do that, that it's against, maybe it wasn't on this one, against the Geneva Convention.
Oh yeah, they're all saying it's against the Geneva Convention. Oh really? Do you think their military's not using the power stations? Do you think their military's not going over those bridges? Excuse me? I mean,
Yep.
really? I mean, these
We all know that we'll fix their electric when we're done.
these guys are crazy. So the Iranian Revolutionary Guards who rule that country, and they rule it with an iron fist. Okay. So, oh, you want to protest? They just hung a 17-year-old yesterday. They just hung a 17-year-old yesterday. All right. They've killed 45,000 people that are against, saying, hey, Maybe we cooperate with the Middle East and we just live our lives and sell people oil and live like Saudi Arabia. You know, they have as much oil as Saudi Arabia does,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
do. Yeah.
they could be as rich as Saudi Arabia. But those guys buy Rolls Royces and Ferraris and Lamborghini 4-wheel drive Jeeps and stuff. The Iranians buy weapons and rockets and want to make nuclear bombs, right? So
Yeah.
that's what they spend the money on. Which would you buy you? Which would you spend the money on, James?
The money I would spend it on making my people more comfortable.
Right. Yeah. But they kill their people. So do you think they're going to agree to anything that Trump puts down? Because they don't care,
Nope.
right?
Because they figure that if they're going to go to heaven, this is the way they can go.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to lose. They already got another leader, so I don't know how many they got left.
They met the other day. I haven't gotten all the scoop on it yet, but supposedly they met to pick another leader because obviously the guy in Russia is probably dead. Okay,
Yeah,
why would they pick another leader if the guy in Russia is dead, right?
yeah.
So, so they met again, and the Israelis blew them up right wherever they took a bunker buster and blew them up. So, oh well, they got another group that's going to make a decision, I guess. So that's the hard part. I mean, it's
Right.
like, so what do you think? Do you think in 11 hours, 15 minutes, are they gonna open up the Straits of Hormuz? I call it
I
the
don't.
Straits of Hummus.
I don't
Straits of
think
Hummus.
that. I do not think they're going to until Trump drops something on their country that really means something to them, like a power station, taking out some bridges. You're exactly right. But I think it's going to be, uh, such a severe coordinated hit that there's going to be so much raining down on them. When he says, we'll have hell rain down on you as the like you've never seen. So that's what I think it's going to be. It's going to be like a shock and all shit. Not a shock and all, but a shock and all shit.
Well, okay, so they said yesterday they were calling out for kids to leave their villages and go do a hands across Iran Coca-Cola ad right around the power plants. So they want all the kids to hold their hands like a Coca-Cola, everybody hold hands, right? Around a power plant. Well, all we have to, I think you'll see some implosion devices that'll explode near the power plant, which knocks it out, and it'll be knocked out for a few hours or until they get it back again, um, and
But
that'll
that's
be
the
it.
kind of people you're dealing with.
Mhm.
Just as you were saying, I mean, these are people who will strap a bomb to their wives and to their own child
Yeah,
and send them into a room just to do something like this.
right,
They're using just that's what Hamas did in Gaza Strait. They use their own people as they put all their military stuff and everything in the schools, in the hospitals.
right,
Because they say, well, if you hit this place, these are also, the world can't handle when the United States takes out stuff and then collateral damage happens.
hmm
Infathomable. I can say it right this morning. It's
unfathomable,
unfathomable. There you go. Sorry. Uh, that a country like the United States would do that.
right,
But to me, it's just like if that's where you put it, then shame on you because you killed your people, not us.
right, and it's a shame because th- th- Europe agreed to pay the ransom to Iran of $2 million per ship to go through the Straits of Hormuz. So they've already cowered. Trump, we don't cower. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't cower, and hopefully they'll understand that one day. That paying ransom only makes you what if you pay $1 million today for your ship to go through the Straits of Hormuz. How much are you going to pay next week?
Right. All that does is open up the door to other people, other groups of people that would
Right.
do that. Because like Trump would say, it's the Jews. The Jews did it.
Yeah.
That's my impersonation.
Yeah. So that's not. You need to work on that a little bit, James. That's not
The
a real good.
Jews. Come on now, it's the Jews.
You got to okay. How he talks, my friend talks just like he doesn't talk like Trump, but he uses the same I don't know how where he got trained this or how he talked, but everything he has is the latest, greatest, most wonderful thing, and that's why he has it. So if he's in the car business. He worked for Pontiac, he worked for Subaru, and he sold he and you know how Hondas were just a side lot for Chevy dealers. They'd have a little Honda lot next to the Chevy dealership. He was the one at Honda that if you didn't build a mega dealership, you didn't get any more Hondas. Period. End of story. Right.
Yeah.
So he invented Honda dealerships had to be self sufficient and built. Okay. So um, he's a car man. And it's always the latest, the greatest, the best, the most advanced. It's why don't you have it? You know, that's how he
It's the
talks.
latest, best.
It's the,
You couldn't get anything better than what. Look, and who brought this to you? Who brought this to you? You know, you don't have to change policy. You just have to change presidents. So President Trump, aka me, brought it to you, the American people. You'll not look. It, we're going to have Trump's name everywhere in the country, and when you see Trump in a Middle Eastern country, you're going to think, I'm an American and I'm proud.
well, well, I think maybe you know if the United States opens up the Strait of Hormuz, does that mean we get to charge a ransom per tanker that gets to go through the Straits of Hormuz?
You
That would
know,
help us, and it would pay for our defense.
we wouldn't call it a ransom. We would call it
A
a
toll,
small service fee.
a toll.
You know, we a toll sounds like troll, so I can't go with that. We got to come up with a good slogan. If you want to get your oil through this strait, you got to pay the United States for hummus.
Let's see. We have to come up with something for that then. So we
That's a
can't call
horrible
it a.
name. That's a horrible name for a strait. It's Trump. It's straight Trump.
It's the Straits.
Straight of Trump.
It's the Straits. I call it the Straits of Freedom, and there's a small service fee that you have to pay to run your ships through the Straits of Freedom.
Yeah. What's the sound of freedom? You can hear the engines of the ships roll by while they're full of oil, going to all your countries. You couldn't have had the oil go to your country if it wasn't for one guy. One guy brought it to you, and that is this guy. So yeah, so you can thank me later.
Holy cow! Did I get some sun up in Jacksonville this weekend, James? Holy cow!
You are a little beat red.
I know. I
You'd
got
think you would
sun.
keep a permanent tan down there.
I do. I got good coloring. My
Yeah,
my
yeah. You
skin
know your
doctor
arms are yeah
my
they're
s-
toned.
my skin doctor says I have good coloring. I'm part Indian though. That my grandmother was from Mississippi. She had a little bit of Mississippi Indian in her. So
You look like a vacationer who's not used to the Florida sun. Because people act like there's no difference. The sun is the sun, no matter what state you're in. That's not true.
no,
Florida sun, you got your Nevada sun, the Arizona sun. They're completely different than a Michigan sun or an
no.
Ohio
You,
sun or
you 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 if you don't wear boots on the sand in Mexico, you're
oh,
not living because everybody in Mexico that don't wear a leather sole shoe on the beach, right, is a track star. I mean, even your 60-year-old mother becomes the fastest old lady you ever saw. She's a track star. It's it's run for your life toward the water.
you get your feet in the water and all of a sudden you got a bunch of steam rolling up of
It's exactly what you.
well, they told me when I came for this weekend getaway that I didn't have to walk across hot coals. They lied to me. There's got to be hot coals under this sand somewhere. They lied. They
I like
lied.
when I'm in Mexico with my cowboy boots. That's all they say is they go, "He's a real cowboy." Hey, I've been there before with flip flops. Flip flops don't work. They don't work. It don't work.
And regular shoes, low ankle type tennis shoes. Sand gets down in your shoe so bad. I mean, you're still getting burned up.
You still get burned up. The only thing that works are cowboy boots. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Giving
Or
straight up advice.
or in my part of the country, we all have like waders and stuff. So you got these rubber waders that come from the bottom all the way up to your hip with shoulder straps to keep them up.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you going? To the beach?
Well, it's like people that, that are farmers. You better have some Wellingtons on, some rubber boots on, because you're going to be shoveling out a stall or cleaning out the driveway, or,
Yeah,
walking in your ditch to clean it out. I mean, it's moist. I mean, that's what happens.
yeah, it is moist. That
That
is
was one
moist.
thing. When I was in Illinois, I was outside of Chicago going up to Rockville or whatever it is, Rockport, going north out of Chicago. I was looking around all these massive cornfields, right? Just massive fields. And I never saw any irrigation. There was no sprinkler systems. There wasn't that overhead sprinkler systems that they have. And I was like, where is all the irrigation? So I stopped and talked to somebody. I said, where's the irrigation for all these farms? And they go, they don't need it. I'm like, well, how does that work? And it's the water from the Great Lakes. It's like one big a muck farm. They call it a muck farm. Is
I
that how
don't.
that works?
I never heard of it called a muck farm.
Like a muck.
I know what you're talking about, but I've never heard them
It's
call it that.
hydroponics. It gets the water pressure, pushes the water underneath a lot of that land, miles inland, miles, and the farms are irrigated that way. Pretty
Yeah.
cheap.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's buried uh, way deep, and you're right. It's tubes with a bunch of holes in it, and they run that stuff through there.
No, I'm talking about just the pressure of the water just keeps it like one big muck farm.
Well, that's what I mean. But the holes, that's how it gets through,
Oh,
and it just gravity and
yeah,
pressure.
gravity fed. Yeah, gravity and pressure.
Yep.
All right. Well, listen, International Beaver Day. Enjoy your beer, and enjoy your
You.
beaver. And there you go for international. Two national holidays could not go better together than that.
Oh my. Oh my.
Beer. So have a great day. And
All right.
they've got 11 hours now. So 11 hours to decide, Iran.
You asked why I closed my eyes. That picture is why I closed my eyes.
Okay, so
Now,
which is it? Is she prettier or is she prettier? You pick.
I like the girl in the pink.
You like the girl in the pink? She's the one on the yachts. She's a yacht master.
Yeah.
This one's a pool. This one is the newly divorced neighbor that your wife doesn't like. Okay, that's who that is. That's kind of pool dipping around the neighborhood. So, yeah. That's the yacht. That's the yacht queen. That's the neighborhood vexen right there.
I'm gonna have to go with the yacht queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I I
I
know
think
my I know
I think
my game is strong when it comes to
I
bullshit with them. So
well, I'm 65. Not many people think I'm attractive. I'm gonna probably go
I
the
ain't
Pee
it
Wee.
ain't, it ain't
I
got to
think
be the looks.
I think I'm gonna be going the Pee Wee Herman, the Pee Wee Herman route. All right.
you got
Okay.
you, uh, that story when that first come out way back when.
And all the jokes.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Who was the latest person to get? Lincoln wasn't the only person that got shot in the head in a theater, and it was the guy sitting in front of Pee Wee Herman in Sarasota.
or, 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 or the guy next to him. Not saying anything's wrong with that. That's just hell.
Well, he was just ahead of his time. He was helping his prostate health, the health of his prostate. That's as good a defense as anything, right?
He was paving the way for people like Anthony Weiner.
Oh man, how come we couldn't see his laptop? How come we couldn't see Hunter? I mean, they showed Biden's laptop. That was weird enough, but that Anthony Weiner's laptop, that had to be something, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you know who? And his wife divorced him, and she married. Guess who she married?
I know she married somebody that's entwined in all this other high-powered.
She married Alex Soros, Soros's son,
Yeah,
who
Soros's
manages
son.
all his NGOs. And how many NGOs do the Soroses manage?
Oh, thousands.
Thousands. He has 1,000 NGOs worth over $1 billion. Yeah.
I'm telling you, some people, they just want to spend their money to cause chaos
Yeah.
because they think chaos is what makes them money. When
Well, they
everything is unstable, they figure out what things to buy, and then that's how they make money on it.
well, it's ransom. I'm sure it's just why Iran does that with the Straits of Hormuz. It's all the same thing. It's all of it is the same thing. All right, James, have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to do my afternoon news. I did one yesterday and talked a lot about the rescue of the downed pilots, how he climbed 7,000 feet up a mountain, how he hid in crevices, how they used over 155 aircraft to rescue him. We lost 4 aircrafts rescuing one pilot, but we weren't going to leave that person because we know since Somalia, since the down helicopter of Somalia, what they do with down pilots and POWs is horrendous. And just think what they would have done to that poor pilot.
Oh, well, he probably wouldn't be alive. They'd make an example of him, take a video of him beheading him.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely.